The governor of North Dakota has called out the National Guard as tensions in the region rise over the Dakota Access Pipeline. Manila Chan has the story tonight on the latest developments surrounding the construction of the controversial pipeline.
The North Dakota National Guard has been deployed today to assist in handling the growing demonstrations in North Dakota over the controversial pipeline, ahead of an expected ruling to come down on Friday for the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe's request for an emergency injunction to stop the construction of the pipeline that would cross the Missouri River, which is the group's main water source. This as hundreds have joined in the protest in solidarity with the Sioux Tribe, camping out along the highways and disrupting construction. The governor of North Dakota, Jack Dalrymple, had this to say during a press conference earlier today. He said, quote, "Because of the increased and prolonged need for law enforcement resources, I have asked General Dorman to make available some North Dakota National Guard personnel to support law enforcement and augment their public safety efforts." He went on to say that the National Guard would serve in administrative capacities and assist at traffic checkpoints only. But earlier in the week, tensions rose between protesters and police, with several dozen arrests and even presidential candidate Jill Stein getting into the fray. The Dakota Access Pipeline is slated to run across 4 states, including Iowa, which has many people up in arms. One former Iowa lawmaker is taking the lead role in trying to halt the pipeline in his state. Take a listen to what Ed Fallon had to say about the land grab that started it all in Iowa.
There are complaints after complaints, and you know, we're just not going to sit back and take that, and especially with the potential risk to our water and the impact on climate crisis. So right now, people are doing everything they can to oppose this pipeline and try to stop construction where we can stop it.
Fallon also mentioned that Iowa has tough state laws about eminent domain and that it can't be used for private businesses, which this pipeline is. The tribe is suing federal regulators for approving the pipeline in the first place, challenging the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers' decision to grant permits at hundreds of water crossings. The suit also citing that the project violates the National Historic Preservation Act. For the news with Ed Schultz in Washington, I'm Manila Chan, RT.
Tonight there is a standoff in the Great Plains. 200 Native American tribes are fighting construction of an oil pipeline, and North Dakota's governor has called in the National Guard. Mark Albert is on the front line of this.
The clashes near Cannonball, North Dakota have at times been rowdy and physical, with demonstrators pepper sprayed and construction equipment damaged. The estimated 5,000 Native Americans and environmentalists now encamped on federal and private land say the pipeline was approved by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers without proper permits or consulting the tribe, ignoring the land's historical and cultural significance.
No, this whole area here is probably all sacred to the people because it's close to the river.
23-year-old Wiaka Eagleman of the Sichungu Lakota showed us a sacred burial site he says the pipeline disturbed.
It strikes me that Dakota means friendly. and yet neither side has been too friendly to each other.
Yeah, you know, they instigated the whole situation. They came to use their dogs on my people. They came and maced us, so what else are we supposed to do? We ain't gonna stand back and let them do this anymore.
Part of the $3.7 billion Dakota Access Pipeline will run under the Missouri River, about a mile north of the Standing Rock Reservation. The tribe worries the pipeline could leak, destroying their water supply. But the company, Energy Transfer Partners, says the pipeline is already 50% finished, stretching 1,100 miles across 4 states. It starts from the oil-rich Bakken field in North Dakota and ends in Illinois. A coalition supporting the project told CBS News it will be among the safest, most technologically advanced pipelines ever constructed. But these demonstrators don't believe it. Green Party presidential candidate Jill Stein earlier this week stood with them, then spray painted on construction equipment, "I approve this message." There's now a warrant for her arrest.
A federal judge in Washington is expected to rule by tomorrow on the tribe's request for an injunction. But Scott, these demonstrators tell us, win or lose, they won't leave.
Mark Albert for us tonight.